What is going on, YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another little practice match between myself and my teammate Brandon. Before we get into it, I just want to say Happy New Year to you all. I hope you all have a very happy and healthy year, but getting on into it, we're going to see who's going to be happy after this match, as I'm going to be playing this MetalGarurumon, and I'm playing against the Beelstarmon, which has a ton of option cards that can shut me down, which I am not the biggest fan of. Obviously, swinging into things like Fly Bullet or Trump Sword aren't great when I'm going to be swinging and unsuspending. And the scatter modes are also very annoying. Being able to get 2 scatter modes out on the first turn is going to represent a lot of aggression while also being able to get a lot of cycle if they go down in security. So we're gonna have to see what happens. They hit X Antibody on the first one and Blue Memory Boost on the second one. So pretty much worst case scenario here, considering that I searched out the MetalGarurumon X Antibody, which means I'm gonna be able to search a scatter or bounce back a scatter mode. At least that's what they think. But I have a much stronger play here where I can clear the board. So I am just gonna start to go up into my stack. Go up here into the MetalGarurumon X Antibody, which will allow me to bounce the Psychmon back to my opponent's hand, and then I can put the X Antibody option underneath and then be able to swing and go into the MetalGarurumon X Antibody, which will be able to bounce all my opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So now both of them are gone because they are the same cards, and I'm going to be able to unsuspend while also having blocker, which isn't going to matter too much, but all of that cycle is gone. My giant stack is here, and they're going to have to pay 7 to delete me, which is unfortunate, but with how much I just negated from them, it doesn't matter too much because now I'm going to be able to build up again because they gave me so much memory. So going to start off with the Search Gabu, which will allow me to hit the Garuru X Antibody, which I already have in hand, so I don't necessarily need it, but it will help me if I go into another stack. Grab the Gabumon X Antibody, but that is a mistake, so I just put it back really quick. I was thinking I was playing something like Cool Boy, but that is not how that works. But now I am going to play Cool Boy, and this time I will double hitting the Gabumon X Antibody and the X Antibody option, but now I'm still searching for this ultimate, so we will go for the analog. We'll be able to grab anything, so I just grab another Garurumon. As we know, I have those Garurumon X Antibodies I could Digivolve up and just get some more cycle, and that is fine because I can promote next turn. That's why I didn't Digivolve into a Garurumon X Antibody in the back, because the Cool Boys are going to give me all that extra memory and draw, so I'm going to be waiting until I promote to go for that. But the Dobermon coming out is going to survive, so they're just going to go for that Sistermon, trash the Kakaitis to draw 2, and now a lot of bouncing is going to happen as long as I hit my pieces here, but I just saw me draw both the Promo MetalGarurumon and the MetalGarurumon X Antibody, so we are going to be good to go here. Thinking about attaching the X Antibody option, this would allow me to swing and then bounce and unsuspend. Bouncing the Dobermon because it does have that on deletion, double on deletion that I don't want to deal with, and 2 checks coming out. I could have went for just the single check unsuspend and then went for the MetalGarurumon X Antibody, and I probably should have. I'm not 100% sure why I didn't, but regardless, now the Gabumon is going to come out. They are putting out a rookie, so that way they can Digivolve up one of those scatter modes and be able to swing in. But now I'm going into the EX1 MetalGarurumon, which I did draw when I Digivolved into the MetalGarurumon X, or else I could have bounced the Blanc, and then when attacking, I would have been able to bottom deck the Dobermon because it had that on deletion. But it won't end up mattering because I am just going to swing in that last check. It is Trump Sword, which can delete the Gabumon X, but not the MetalGarurumon, and so I can just go for that Blitz Omnimon for game. So not the most craziest security. Could have been a lot more option cards to take me down in there, and didn't really see that, so we'll have to see if they get a bit better security game too. But the thing is about Three Musketeers that's different than things like security control is, although they have a bunch of strong security that can take you down, they don't have recovery options. So if you are able to just chip away, then you eventually are going to be able to get there, especially with all the unsuspending effects and things like Blitz Omnimon that we could get there. And there's also the Omnimon X Antibody in this deck, which can be a factor, being able to swing when your opponent has 1 security to Digivolve up into that X Antibody, be able to trash it and go for game. Now we're just resolving the Dobermon effect. He was asking if you could grab the Psychmon, and on deletion effects do activate in the trash, so you can grab the Psychmon that was underneath it. And now we're just going to go for that Dracmon, which will grab back Calling, which is very important, especially after that hit, to be able to get as many copies as you can. So it gave Dracmon a little bit more usage, but going to go for that Garurumon, be able to go into the Garurumon X Antibody, and I am going to swing over the scatter mode. Yes, now they get to draw and trash a pretty good amount of cards, but the thing is I wanted to mitigate the amount of damage that they have on the board right now, so that way they can't just keep chipping chipping me away, but also I wanted that draw from the Garurumon inheritable, so it works out. My opponent does get some draw and trash, but they will likely get it either way, and this way they don't have to check more of my security. So gonna pop the boost, that way I can play Gabumon and still keep turn, and then I can Digivolve up into the Gabumon X Antibody, which allows me to search some more. And so I finally found the ultimates as I grabbed them both right there. So now I'm just gonna go for the Davis. This will set me up at 3 every single turn, and if I didn't have the Garurumon X Antibody, I do have one now, which means I have that, the 2 ultimates that I need, and probably the Megas as well, as I have quite a big hand. Can't fully see all of it in there, but with the search knowledge, we do know that I have quite a lot in hand, so this is going to be rough for the Beelstar player. They have quite a good amount of cards in hand as well, but I don't think that matters as much as right now. We need something that's going to be strong in security, unless we are able to play out the Beelstar right now to clear off some things on the board. But regardless of how many cards are in trash, when you're only at 1 memory this early, it's got to put your opponent to a ton of memory to play out a Beelstar right now, which means that you would be able to just build up and go in. So we'll have to see what's going to be the play here. They did trash a Beelstar, so I know that means that they have more in hand, but we are going to go for the missed memory boost, which isn't great. We are definitely relying a bit on security right now to save them, so that way they don't get hurt too hard, but going to go straight for that Garurumon X so I can gain Cool Boy memory. And honestly, if things don't go well, I could just potentially OTK this turn because of how much damage I have on the board, and I decided to go with the Sagittarius mode to bounce the Blanc before I swing. I could have swung unsuspended, but if I hit that option card, I wanted to survive it, so I'm going to swing 2 checks, where Garurumon X unsuspends, swings 2 more checks, last check Beelstar, and absolutely no security there from them. So that is unfortunate, because that is really what the deck is all about, and this just goes to show that if you can't get the scatter modes going and you don't have that security, this can be a pretty tough matchup. But it's always better that happen in testing than tournament. But once again, Happy New Year. I really hope the best for you all, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, because I'll be bringing you even more content. Hope you have a fantastic day. Peace out.